Look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this.
She's the only player in the league that will say this shit. She's the only player in the league. Like, you won't hear Aja Wilson going out there. I am at the top of the scouting report. Ariel Atkins is at the top of the scouting report for your team. Camila Cardoso is at the top of the scouting report. Teams just box you out.
Caitlin Clark dominates the spotlight like it's a one-woman Broadway production. And Angel Reese didn't travel all the way to the WNBA to play second fiddle. And oh, not at all. Reese wants the entire garden, including her flowers. Since Reese didn't sign up for background dancer energy while Caitlin receives the solo and the standing ovation, every side-eye, cryptic remark, and on-court altercation is now making me think of Notice Me America. Stick till the finish, then. Let's play out this drama.
The reason why I feel like she isn't unfairly criticized is because I'm not gonna go into the bad guy, good guy. At the end of the day, Angel faces everywhere. Right? And so when we talk about marketability and her inability to finish, her inability to do certain things, I think it goes to that. So I'm gonna keep it a band with you. I agree that if she's gonna be the aggressor, then be the aggressor. At the same time, if you're gonna throw punches, you gotta take them. And so I felt like, to your point when you said, I bet she did. You can't see me because Caitlin did it. Right. Absolutely right. But now when you come in the league, right, and you fall in, you know what I'm saying? You got your 13 and 13, but now it's not translating to win.
Angel re-enters the media cycle with another hit just when you thought the delusion couldn't get much thicker. It seems that teams are looking for more than only Caitlin Clark.
No.
They are also scouting Angel.
Yes.
She claims that the opposition coaches have been staying up late, talking among themselves. How do we stop Angel Ree? With the lights dimmed and coffee mugs shaking.
Angel Reese was someone who ever held her tongue and was someone who had been a no comment machine in the past. Someone who wasn't so unapologetically Angel. All those things existed. People wouldn't look at her recent no comment and just say, you've always had a comment before.
She's like this unstoppable force that is destroying the league. In actuality, she has missed more layups this season than WNBA victories. Really, it's nearly sweet. The kind of unmerited confidence typically reserved for young children dressed as superheroes. Because, let's face it, if Angel Ree is at the top of the scout report, it's most likely tagged contain the antics, not the stats.
Please tell me it's a fake quote. Please tell me this is a fake quote. Because this is something where it's like, everyone says, and it's like, oh, Angel's a developing player. It's like, oh, she's only in year 2. Why is everyone like going at Angel Reese and all this stuff? And, you know, oh, people can't stop talking about Angel Reese. This better be...
To prevent her from dropping 40, these teams aren't burning through film. Most likely, all they're thinking about is how to keep her from becoming a complete soap opera during the third quarter. But leave, Angel. Use your chest to say it. Shall we discuss numbers? Here, Caitlin Clark is rewriting history as if it were a midnight deadline for her college thesis. Smashing records, stacking aids, and casually tossing threes from the logo as if she were placing a pizza order.
But I will say, Angel Reese, Ronnie and I have debated it on the program. Ronnie has been pretty clear that he thinks that she sucks at basketball. I have defended her as having dimensions of her game that are high level. I got to a point here a couple of weeks ago where I was starting to wonder if she actually
Angel's statement, meanwhile, has been the equal of a courteous pat on the back and a shrug. Perhaps only one of her games this season has caused folks to think, oh, okay. We were promised that Reese. One Uno stands out from the mediocre banquet. Nevertheless, she feels as like she is being triple-teamed in every game. Please, girl. It's most likely an accident if your defenses are failing you. In post-game highlights, Certain guards in this league receive more attention from defenders than Angel. The notion that opposition teams are devoting valuable preparation hours to dissecting footage in order to defend her when half the time she is using Twitter to defend herself. It is no longer a rivalry. This is a rerun. Caitlyn didn't simply flee with the limelight. After putting it in her workout bag, she departed the arena. Angel and her are no longer in competition. She is in competition with heritage and history. In the meantime, Angel is losing and competing with her own box score.
Of scouting reports after talking to some teams, even if it's not offensively, which I think that's what it is. You know, she is the best rebounder in the WNBA, so they're probably telling them like, hey, we have to figure out how to keep Angel Reese out of that paint when that ball is clanging off of that rim, okay? You know, the fact that Angel Reese finds Cardoso for the high-low post pass, I think that's one of the main things that the Chicago Sky like to get to, if it's not the pick and roll.
And now for the most recent quotation. Drenched in self-assurance and utterly unaware of the reality playing out on the parquet, because being scouted in Angel's world implies that she is an issue that needs to be resolved. In the real world, this means that coaches are attempting to predict whether she will foul out before halftime or initiate another dramatic mid-court moment. However, you must respect the bustle. She has transformed mediocre performance into excellent story manipulation. It's similar to seeing someone enter a gym, air all 5 shots, and then inquire as to if the cameras captured their domination. The PR equivalent of standing in the middle of a food fight is what Angel Reese is doing, but shouting, "I started the revolution." And for some reason, rather than thinking about missed rebounds or careless defense, she concluded that the issue was that she was too significant to be disregarded. It's as though coaches are circling her name like it's a national emergency and defenders are in a frenzy. She'll talk and bark, but she probably won't bite, according to the notice, if she's being scouted. Defensive coordinators are getting older by dog years because of Caitlyn. For the opposition coaches, every game Clark plays becomes a full-fledged crisis summit. While Angel is being scouted, it is optional and not necessary, much like a side quest in a computer game.
Completely criticize Angel Reese because Tyler Marsh condones this. Tyler Marsh reinforces this. Tyler Marsh is this point forward Angel Reese. This is Tyler Marsh's deal. This is Tyler Marsh's gig. In order to get Camila Cardoso the ball, he needed to fix some things up, switch some things around. And in this most recent preseason game, a game in which Angel Reese had 3 rebounds, I'll take that every day of the week.
The idea that they're observing me too would have made a tiny bit of sense in college is even more hilarious. Yes, Angel had her moments back at LSU. She gave a flex. The paint was dominated by her. She accumulated double-doubles as if it were a TikTok trend. However, the scouting report has since changed in the pros. It's not even close to the new headline AS if she were holding the launch codes. Caitlyn Clark is being keyed in. To slow her down, teams are actually creating whole game plans. Rhea is acting as though she broke the matrix while playing for 26 minutes and scoring 6 points. She is merely destroying patience. It's similar to asking why your name isn't on the ticket stub after attending a Beyoncé performance and singing 3 notes from the back. It's difficult to tell at this point whether she genuinely believes what she's saying or whether she's just making fun of the WNBA as a whole. In any case, the goal was achieved since she managed to maintain the conversation despite the performance's lackluster quality. It's on-court mediocrity veiled in marketing genius. Perhaps to see whether, when the call doesn't go her way, she will give another snarky clap, but no one is painfully staying up late over the offensive bag of Angel. If anything, they're wondering if this month she will score more technicals than points. You almost want to believe her, though, since she speaks with such conviction. She resembles a magician who uses sorcery to draw scarves from an empty hat.
Gosh, is this for real? Is this really for real? But I'm going to show you this video because if you haven't seen it yet, you're going to absolutely fall out of your chair laughing. I know what I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this the curse of Dave Portnoy. Barstool Sports El Presidente. He went on a rant about that Ryan Clark stuff, and he said all he had to say about Angel Reese and Ryan Clark and that whole mess. And I will say this, his rants cursed Angel Reese because she proceeded to have the absolute worst game of her.
We've seen the trick, though. We are aware of how this concludes. Furthermore, no amount of self-serving motivational speeches will revive this rivalry. When one side is winning and the other is losing, it isn't a rivalry. Angel Reese is playing the major role in a show for which she was not cast. She has the press junket, the costume, and the monologue. She isn't in the credits, though, yet the episode is already airing. In the meantime, Caitlin Clark is setting records with the same fervor as a coffee order. Calm, steady, and totally unfazed. Perhaps that is the most painful thing. Not only is Caitlin receiving accolades, media attention, and sponsorships, but she's doing it without the drama, without the proclamations, without having to tell everyone that she is important. Post-game spin has no bearing on the scoreboard. Additionally, Caitlin Clark is too preoccupied with creating an empire to even look back while Rhea is out there advocating for recognition. However, if this is your huge proclamation of equality, the league simply responded by scheduling Caitlin Clark for another national broadcast, and no one watched her game at 2 p.m. That's the actual scouting report. She is an angel who serves as the gallery, reviewer, and artist all at once. Here's the twist, though. Reese is unintentionally promoting the exact opposite by continuously promoting the idea that she is the reason people are watching.
I stay consistent as possible. Obviously, I struggled in the first couple of days. Just staying poised, trusting my work. I have great people in my corner. I never really questioned my ability of what I can do. Obviously, you go up and down through your career. And thinking in the beginning it was going to be my sophomore slump, but I got out of it in my first couple of games, and I'm here and helping the team win as much as I can. That's the most important thing to me. I'm happy.
You mentioned Sunday about those first few games. I just think you feel like you maybe had kind of that like switch foot moment to you were getting back on the
I think I started a New York game.
Because you don't have to say it every 5 minutes if you genuinely think you're the primary character. The attention simply follows. The magnificence speaks for itself. However, each phrase begins with, "I deserve credit, too." It begins to sound more like insecurity with glitter on top than assurance. And yet here we are, seeing, conversing, and responding. Because even if Angel Reese may not be the reason viewers first began watching, she is unquestionably the reason they continue to do so. It's reality TV with sneakers, tension, rivalry, drama. Additionally, Rhea is among the cast's most engaging actors. Even though Caitlin is the star, every good show needs turmoil, angels, and mayhem. Perhaps this isn't all about who gets the credit. Perhaps the key is to keep the soup simmering just long enough to maintain relevance, visibility, and marketability. Angel isn't attempting to win people over. She is attempting to be indisputable. In that regard, the mission was successfully completed. Whether you clapped your hands, rolled your eyes, or tweeted in anger from your couch, you paid attention to what she said. You're present. Everyone is present, because Angel Rhea is aware of a single, basic truth. Be the reason the headline exists if you are unable to be the headline. And she's doing just that right now. With full lashes, loudly, and with pride.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you two. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next
getting
question.
Yeah.
Reese is a very good player, but she's ugly to watch. Have you watched her play? She's a typical WNBA. She's great on the offensive glass, rebounding, but watching her play, terrible layups. The reason people are captivated by Clark is the way she plays, like Steph Curry. And the thing that I don't like people making it race. I don't think it's in the league that's race. It's jealousy that she's so popular. But there's lots of major white female WNBA megastars that nobody cared about.
The most hilarious aspect is that Angel Reese may think she and Caitlin Clark are co-captains of the WNBA Revival Tour. They appeared together, signed the same deal, divided the screen time equally, and seemed to be enjoying themselves equally at the top. As if Caitlin Clark's face wasn't laminated on a folder with the words, "Please save our league," on it for Nike, ESPN, and every corporate sponsor. Angel Reese wants everyone to think she's at the same level. And she is in certain respects. Although she is well known in her own way, she is not receiving the same level of attention as Caitlin Clark. Some of the water discharge is being scraped by her and referring to it as a flood. And the envy. It's not subtle, I see. It's there, but it's wrapped in a facade of confidence and stamped with, "I'm just being real." The jealousy that arises when you discover that the person you believe to be your competition is actually the reason camera crews are there in the first place. What does she do then? Even when no one asks, she always makes sure to include herself in quotes and press appearances. With the loudest me in the world, it's like photobombing history.
Wasn't any good. Yeah, that's basically what she said, is that her team wasn't any good. And it's rather amusing to listen to, but you know, if I didn't play it for you, you wouldn't believe it. But yeah, this is Angel Reese again, running her mouth and saying some stuff that you probably shouldn't say about your own team, but that's what she does.
While all of this is going on, Caitlin is playing basketball, getting smacked, being thrown to the ground, and yet draining 27-footers while wearing a tax return calculation expression. She's not even making an effort to stir things up. She still has the recipe, though. Angel is over here, tossing chili powder into the kettle as if it were a cook-off. The fact that this competition is 90% one-sided is incredibly entertaining. While Angel is formulating a new soliloquy about why the league owes her roses, Caitlin is simply going about her business. She says it with such conviction that until you check the scoreboard, you nearly forget about it. But since this isn't all hate, let's take a moment to reflect. It's not as though Angel Reese is worthless. IT becomes comical at that point. And the media, well, they're having a great time. Every time Angel speaks, a new piece of writing appears. Angel Reese says something, and Angel sends a message. Angel's recent remarks. Like she's on a content farm with a quota, the girl is feeding the ecosystem. Because the clicks are wonderful, everyone complies.
It's time to put the Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese conversation behind us. Caitlin Clark is unanimously our Rookie of the Year, and eventually she'll be the best player in the WNBA. And Angel Reese? Well, she's in the WNBA. Angel Reese is shooting 43.8% from inside 5 feet this year on 274 attempts. Now, let's think about some things that are more likely to happen than Angel Reese making a shot from inside 5 feet. Shaquille O'Neal making a free throw. Diana Taurasi hitting a three. Patrick Mahomes going to the Super Bowl. We can argue this until we're blue in the face, but numbers...
The league is aware of the situation. While scheduling Angel Reese for every hot interview imaginable, WNBA PR is printing Caitlin Clark's face on foam fingers. In essence, Ree is the goose that casts shade, and Clark is the golden goose. It's very clever. When you peel back the layers and see that Angel is desperately attempting to battle a narrative that isn't even looking at her, it's both gold and a little terrible. The more the audience applauds Clark, the more determined Reese is to remind us that she is still present, so you can see the tension rising. She wants that merchandising deal energy, that ESPN camera perspective, and that MVP love. Even though the fans aren't, it's still kind of working. They are typing her name after repeating it, they're responding. They are arguing. This is the bit, though, that she might not want to hear. The more she tries to explain why people are looking, the more she emphasizes that they weren't initially seeing her. It's generating electricity for a please clap. It's the kind of situation where you host your own birthday celebration and then gripe because everyone bought presents for your sister.
Right here, man, release talking about Chicago Sky coach sends strong Angel Reese message after loss to Indiana Fever, right? So let's read what it says here. Chicago's loss to the Fever forced them to 2-5 on the season. They were finally gaining traction, winning back-to-back games against the Dallas Wings before they faced off against the Fever. After the loss to Indiana, Chicago Sky head coach Tyler Marsh responded to a question on Angel Reese's struggles, finishing the game against the Fever with 4 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists. Marsh mentioned that he doesn't believe Reese struggled to make an impact against the Fever despite shooting 28.6% from
The irony is that Angel Reese is fierce, gifted, and capable of forging her own path. However, She is holding to the notion that she should be given equal credit in someone else's story rather than creating her brand on what she brings to the court. She wishes to share the limelight without receiving the same compensation. She isn't requesting praise for her performance. She is requesting credit for the influence of another person. The worst part is that she might benefit from all of this upheaval. If Angel stopped acting as like she was entitled something and accepted her role as the drama queen of the league, she would be a beloved villain unstoppable. Perhaps that is her true legacy. Whether you like her or not, Angel Reese is providing the WNBA with exactly what it needs: tension, turbulence, and a hint of fiery pettiness. She may be the reason we continue to watch, even though she isn't the reason we first started. Because the pot needs to be stirred by someone. Someone needs to give the media darlings a sidelong glance. "Don't forget me" must be yelled by someone standing on the scorer's table. Angel Reese is that person.